Hello and welcome. Another day, another roof lining. This roof lining, it's from a sunroof car. You can obviously see there's a big hole in it. There's another hole here for winding the sunroof back if the battery should fail. The material is delaminating. Now, as was pointed out to me, the material delaminates from its foam backing. It's not actually the glue that's failed, it's the foam that was bonded to the back of this material. The foam decays and the foam fails. So this being a sunroof car, there are a sunroof top, there are deep recesses to give room when it's fixing, to give room for the sunroof mechanism behind it. So we've got to make sure that we really clean these out and glue in them and get the material right into those corners like this is. So we'll have to make sure, be careful and do that. We'll pull that over there, and when that fits into the car, there's a rubber strip goes around, glues it to the roof. I've been down to the upholsterer and I've bought some of this material. It's a woven terylene or polyester material of some kind. He couldn't remember what it was called, but it's nice, good hard wearing, pretty wipeable, but it does have a foam backing. So we've used this before. That's got a nice little foam backing on, so we'll bond that on. Also, what he told me was that temperatures get pretty high in the roof of a car, and maybe our no-nonsense spray wasn't quite good enough for holding it up in hot temperatures. So I've been down to the body shop, I had some other things to get, so I've bought some proper trim adhesive. So it's probably no difference, but it might just be better at higher temperatures. Anyway, we'll use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip this off now and clean it up in the usual way. So I'll get back to you when that's done. So the material is just falling off. There's no special skill to removing that. There. So in the past, sometimes we get new material. I think that's just fit for the bin. So we'll chuck that in the bin. And then now we'll brush that foam off. But we're going to have to clean out all these corners here and make sure that we get glue into those corners so that the material will stick to it. Cleaning out all the corners. Right, that's the material. It's on. So I'll do half at a time, spray the board, roll that over half, do one half, then do the other. Make sure I get it in all these corners. Right, that seems pretty well stuck down. So that's the sunroof aperture. So what I'll do is I won't cut that to the edge. I'll cut it an inch around, or just maybe a big square in the middle, and then when we install it on the car, it wraps around the roof, and there's a rubber strip goes around to hold it in. So I think that's pretty well done. So what I'll do is I'll trim it around the edge now. I can't cut and video at the same time. Right, I've cut the hole, and that is the plug that goes in it, the fabric covered plug. So it doesn't quite match. So I'll see if I can get that off and recover that as well. I think Lancia have used some old milk bottle tops for that. So I'll get a nice piece, glue it to there, and see if I can get that thing back on again. No, I've got to glue it. I've got to glue it to there. Yeah, right, and then tuck it in. Okay, let's give it a go. It's true that you really don't know what to expect with some Integrales. Now, if I look down here, this sheet is pretty free. It's not really attached to the top. It sort of slides in. But if you look down there, someone has put some glue, some no-nails or something down there, and stuck that to the sunroof. So we're going to have to get that off. So I'll try and do that without distorting the metal too much. Nothing can resist a good lash of cellulose thinners. There, that's cleaned up like it came out the factory. Now, let's see if I can remember how we fit this back in. I think these screws have something to do with it. Let's get it up there and have a look. That's clean now, that panel. So we've got all the old glue off with cellulose thinners. Front. And we've got all the glue off the back, and we've got the dabs of no-nails which stuck it to the sunroof. So the only physical clip is that, which fixes to a pin at the front of the sunroof panel. It slides there, and it slides there on that spring. So that is the only clip. So this was, what they'd done with the sunroof, they'd made a mess of it. So they'd glued this in. So we won't do that. I'm going to cut the fabric, I'm going to spray glue on it, and I'm going to stick the fabric on. The fabric wraps over to about there and wraps over this one. You can see where the old glue was. Well, you can't see now because I've cleaned it. So when we spray the glue, what I'm going to do is, because this plastic rail slides, I'm going to put some masking tape on that and one on the other side, and then we won't get spray glue on them, and they'll slide freely on the sunroof. Right, let's do that. Get this into here, right into this corner. And then I can trim that off. Right into there. Okay. Okay, we'll get this right into this corner here. Press that down, and then I'll trim it off. My dirty hands. Okay, we're done. The roof lining is fitted. It's suspended on the coat hooks. The end of the roof lining is there. It needs another inch to go around the outside of the sunroof hole, and then fold over, and this rubber trim be hammered over it. So don't, that's fine, that's all on. So it's very important not to cut the roof lining fabric too close to the edge, which I very nearly did. We got away with it this time, but it needs enough to fold over the metal of the car. That's the edge of the sunroof panel that needs to come out here over the edge of the actual car sunroof panel, and then this trim, the trim hammered on, and that'd be enough to hold it tight.